Hi, this is Andrew again. I serve as one of the spokespersons for Nehemiah Reset. Today I want to talk to you about the history of gold and silver as money. Why is this important? One of the key reasons is that the faith in the United States dollar is falling. Inflation is rapidly eating away at the value of funds held in U.S. dollars. With this in mind, we will be looking at the historical use of gold and silver as currency. Gold and silver have captivated human civilization for millennia, serving not only as symbols of wealth and power, but also as the backbone of monetary systems. Their intrinsic value, rarity, and durability have made them ideal for use as currency, shaping economic landscapes and influencing global trade. This video delves into the rich history of gold and silver, tracing their journey from ancient civilizations to their role in the United States, and exploring the reasons behind their enduring appeal as monetary standards. How were precious metals used as currency in ancient history, and how did early civilizations discover precious metals? The story of gold and silver as money begins in the ancient world, where these metals were first discovered and prized for their unique properties. The earliest known uses of gold date back to around 3000 BCE, with artifacts found in ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt. Silver, too, was highly valued, with evidence of its use in trade and adornment dating back to the same period. In ancient Egypt, gold was associated with the gods and the pharaohs, who were believed to be divine. The Egyptians mined gold extensively, using it to create intricate jewelry, religious artifacts, and even coffin masks. The famous mask of Tutankhamun, for example, is a testament to the Egyptians' mastery of goldsmithing and their reverence for the precious metal. Who were the first ones to use precious metals as coins? The Lydians, an ancient civilization in modern-day Turkey, are credited with creating the first coins around 600 BCE. These coins, made of electrum, a natural alloy of gold and silver, were standardized in weight and purity, making them easier to use in trade. The Lydian invention of coinage revolutionized commerce, allowing for more efficient and transparent transactions. How did ancient Greece further set up precious metals as a currency and the rise of silver? Ancient Greece further refined the use of precious metals as currency. The Athenians, in particular, were known for their silver tetradrachms, which became standard for trade throughout the Mediterranean. The purity and weight of these coins were guaranteed by the state, ensuring their reliability as a medium of exchange. How did the Roman Empire get involved with precious metals? The Roman Empire, which followed the Greeks, adopted and expanded the use of gold and silver as currency. The Romans minted a variety of coins, including the aureus, gold, and the denarius, silver, which were used extensively in trade and taxation. The Romans also established a bimetallic system, where both gold and silver were used as legal tender, with their values fixed relative to each other. How did the Byzantine Empire further the use of precious metals? The Byzantine Empire, the eastern continuation of the Roman Empire, continued the tradition of using gold as a primary currency. The solidus, a gold coin introduced by Emperor Constantine I, remained a stable and trusted currency for centuries, facilitating trade across Europe and the Mediterranean. How did the Islamic Golden Age and the dinar impact the use of precious metals in currency? During the Islamic Golden Age, the caliphates of the Middle East and North Africa minted gold dinars, which became a standard for international trade. These dinars were known for their high purity and were widely accepted, contributing to the economic prosperity of the region. The Renaissance period and the Age of Exploration also had an impact on the use of precious metals. The Renaissance saw a resurgence in trade and exploration, driven in part by the quest for gold and silver. The Age of Exploration, led by European powers such as Spain and Portugal, resulted in the discovery of vast deposits of precious metals in the Americas. This influx of gold and silver had a profound impact on the European economy, leading to a period of inflation known as the Price Revolution. Next, let's look at the United States and the use of gold and silver in a new world. In the early American colonies, silver was the primary medium of exchange. Spanish silver dollars, known as pieces of 8, were widely used and accepted. The colonies also minted their own coins, although these were of lower quality and less standardized than their European counterparts. The Coinage Act of 1792 and the establishment of the U.S. Mint also had an impact on the use of precious metals as currency. The Coinage Act of 1792, passed by the U.S. Congress, established the United States Mint and defined the country's monetary system. The act set the dollar as the standard unit of currency and specified the composition of coins, including the gold eagle and the silver dollar. This act laid the foundation for a stable and unified monetary system in the United States. Next, the California Gold Rush also had an impact. The California Gold Rush of 1848 to 1855 was a pivotal moment in the history of gold in the United States. The discovery of gold in California attracted hundreds of thousands of prospectors, leading to a rapid increase in the supply of gold. This influx had a significant impact on the U.S. economy, contributing to inflation and the expansion of the money supply. Next, the gold standard and the bimetallic standard had an impact on the use of precious metals as currency. The United States experimented with different monetary standards in the 19th century. The gold standard, which tied the value of the dollar to a fixed amount of gold, was adopted in 1879. This standard provided stability and confidence in the U.S. currency, but it also limited the money supply and could lead to economic contractions during periods of economic stress. The bimetallic standard, which allowed for the use of both gold and silver as legal tender, was advocated by some as a more flexible alternative. However, the discovery of large silver deposits in the late 19th century, particularly in the Comstock lode, led to a debate over the ratio of gold to silver, known as the Free Silver Movement. The Panic of 1893 and the Gold Standard Act of 1900 also had an influence. The Panic of 1893, a severe economic depression, highlighted the limitations of the bimetallic standard. In response, the Gold Standard Act of 1900 was passed, making gold the sole basis for redeeming paper money. This act solidified the gold standard in the United States and provided a more stable foundation for the economy. Next, what happened to the use of gold and silver in the modern era? The establishment of the Federal Reserve in 1913 marked a significant shift in U.S. monetary policy. The Fed was given the authority to issue paper money and regulate the money supply, reducing the direct link between the dollar and gold. This change allowed for greater flexibility in monetary policy, but also led to concerns about inflation and the erosion of the dollar's value. Two of the biggest events in recent history were the Great Depression and the Gold Reserve Act of 1934. The Great Depression of the 1930s saw a dramatic increase in the demand for gold as a safe haven. In response, the Gold Reserve Act of 1934 was passed, devaluing the dollar against gold and increasing the gold reserves of the Federal Reserve. This act aimed to stimulate the economy by increasing the money supply, but it also highlighted the tensions between maintaining a gold standard and pursuing expansionary monetary policy. After World War II, the Bretton Woods system was established with the U.S. dollar serving as the global reserve currency backed by gold. This system provided stability to the international monetary order, but it also placed significant pressure on the United States to maintain its gold reserves. In 1971, President Richard Nixon announced the Nixon shock, ending the convertibility of the dollar to gold. This move marked the official end of the gold standard and allowed for greater flexibility in monetary policy. However, it also led to concerns about inflation and the long-term stability of the dollar. How has the role of silver changed in recent years? While gold has remained a symbol of wealth and a store of value, silver has found new applications in the modern economy. Silver's conductivity and antibacterial properties have made it valuable in electronics, medicine, and photography. Additionally, silver has been used as a hedge against inflation and a safe haven asset, much like gold. In conclusion, the history of gold and silver as money is a story of human ingenuity, economic evolution, and the enduring appeal of precious metals. From their discovery in ancient civilizations to their role in shaping the modern economy, Gold and silver have been integral to the development of monetary systems and global trade. In the United States, the journey of gold and silver from colonial times to the present day reflects the country's economic growth and the challenges it has faced. The gold standard and the bimetallic standard, the establishment of the Federal Reserve, and the end of the gold standard in 1971 are all milestones in this journey, each shaping the economic landscape in unique ways. As we look to the future, the role of gold and silver in the global economy continues to evolve. While their use as currency has diminished, their value as stores of wealth and safe haven assets remain strong. Understanding the rich history of these precious metals provides insight into their enduring appeal and their potential role in the economies of tomorrow. Thanks again for watching this video on the history of the use of gold and silver as a currency. To learn more about this topic and other biblical worldview and cultural issues, visit our website at nehemiahreset.org or our rumble.com channel. Have a great day. My name is Mark. I'm one of the spokespersons for Nehemiah Reset. The prior video was sponsored by Nehemiah Reset, a 501c3. Our mission is to assist Christians in developing a biblical worldview as it pertains to relevant cultural and biblical issues. We seek to inform Christ's followers, equip them, and mobilize them into action to vote for their biblical values and to actively engage in our culture. We are also committed to help Christians and non-believers to develop a better biblical view. Nehemiah Reset produces videos and eBooks to assist members of the church in developing a biblical worldview when it comes to cultural issues. We produce videos on key topics like public school indoctrination, the woke agenda, sex education, equity and inclusion, climate change, immigration, religious freedom, and much, much more. To learn more about Nehemiah Reset or to watch our latest videos, go to our website at nehemiahreset.org or our rumble.com channel. We produce 2 to 3 videos every week. To get a weekly list of our latest videos, sign up for our weekly newsletter by going to nehemiahreset.org/email and subscribe. You can support our website by liking our videos, subscribing to our channels, or helping us reach more people through tax-exempt donations. Thanks for your help in growing God's kingdom and bringing more people to Christ. Thank you for your support and help. Come back again soon. Have a great day.